Hey, what's cracking, guys? It's JamieEHILLS. This is Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I have a game of Rush. It's a Nelson Bay first base defense. I'm rocking the M16A2 with red dot sight for that pinpoint accuracy at a long distance, and magnum ammunition to take down these enemies faster. So on this particular map, Nelson Bay, I like to put most of my effort towards defending B. B is in a destructible environment, so what you will be finding is people using RPGs and Gustavs and even C4 to try and destroy the building rather than actually make an active effort to go inside and plant the bomb. So when I started this game, I wasn't sure whether people would be doing that. This was the first, I just clicked join game when I formed this squad. And sure enough, when I saw these guys doing exactly what I've just been describing, I knew that this game was going to be both a challenge and interesting. Not because of the players, doing these, I know that these players are bad for doing what they're doing, but, to each their own. At the end of the day, they can play this game however they want, and complaining about it isn't really going to do anything. DICE have proven to not be listening to their their customer base, and I've kind of learned that I need to embrace these problems and take it as a challenge. And Decrew Colin, or Oplim77 as some of you may know him, did post a video I think last week, and he was mentioning a quote from Jay Kaiser saying that teamwork is overpowered, and when you have a think about it, it is 100% true. And right here I'm playing with some loyal subscribers, and these guys are pretty damn good players, and I've kept them on my list because I do enjoy playing with them. We get along well, we communicate well, and having this communication has led us to pull off the win on the first base, which is definitely the hardest base to defend on this map, Nelson Bay. So as I'm going to let you guys watch this gameplay, but I'm going to take a quick tangent and talk about the Medal of Honor PC open beta, which ran from the 4th to the 7th of October. I actually recently got a new laptop last week, so it was pretty good timing. I managed to get my hands on the open beta, although I did suck pretty badly using a keyboard and mouse, being one of the first times I played a first-person shooter on PC competitively, in an online forum, I mean. And yeah, I'm just going to drop my thoughts on the game. Being a pretty big Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 buff, as well as a Battlefield Bad Company 2 player, I feel that I have a pretty good idea of the dynamics of Battlefield Bad Company 2 and the dynamics of Modern Warfare. So it's safe to say that Medal of Honor is a mixture of these two games, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Modern Warfare, the gameplay is very fast paced. The maps are small, in most cases it's 6 vs 6, but the way the maps are placed and the way that people spawn, it feels like every corner you turn there is always action. There's always someone waiting to kill you, and there's always someone for you to kill. Whereas in Battlefield Bad Company 2, there's been times where I've played a squad deathmatch, and I would be running around the map for 2 or 3 minutes at a time and not see anyone at all. Same deal with Rush. You may be pushing forward, but if you die and spawn back at the base, it is quite a while till you get back to the area of action. So it's more of a slow paced game. It's more tactical. Call of Duty, not so much tactical. In my experience playing it, I've played probably a total of 50 days worth of Call of Duty in my life, and probably more actually. But there's been really rare cases where I've come across people who are actually talking to each other and using tactics to win the game, and that's why they are two different games completely. Call of Duty is more of an arcade game. You run around, you get your kills, it's really fast paced, but Battlefield Bad Company 2 is more slow paced, use tactics to win the objective. Now, Medal of Honor, I spend most of my time playing Sector Control. Combat Mission, I couldn't really stand it at all. People were not communicating. Maybe this is just the culture of the PC. It might be better on console. But on PC, I didn't hear one person speak at all. And when playing Combat Mission, which was a really objective-focused game, it was not enjoyable for me. Nice noob tube there. It was not enjoyable for me trying to achieve an objective when people were not listening to me, or they weren't making an active effort to communicate. So I spent most of my time playing Sector Control, which is virtually domination from Call of Duty. And Sector Control, the map was probably equal to the size of Salvage from Modern Warfare 2. It was one of the downloadable maps. I'm sure most of you have played it. It was probably, yeah, equal to Salvage size, and every corner you turned was action. So that gave me the Call of Duty element, and no one was really communicating. That also gave me the Call of Duty feel, as though I said before, on console that might be completely different. We just have to wait and see for that. But the way you run around, the feel of your character's movements, and the feel of the weapons, from the AK-74 US or AK-74S or whatever it's called, to the AK-47, 74 I meant, to the AK-47, to the M16A2, to the M4 carbine, it all felt like Battlefield Bad Company 2, just that kind of sluggish movement. It was like a low sensitivity movement. It didn't feel as smooth as Modern Warfare 2, so maybe some people prefer that. So if you can imagine the way you run around and the way you handle your weapon feeling like Battlefield Bad Company 2, yet put into an environment of Call of Duty, that's probably the best way how I can describe Sector Control, which was the game mode I played mostly. I saw on Don't Blink's video that someone asked about knifing, and the way I figure it is that if one person is asking about it, there's probably at least 10 or 20 others out there who are also thinking about it. So I just want to address that. The knifing, I can most relate it to having a tactical knife attached to your pistol on Modern Warfare 2. So pretty much you run around, you see an enemy, you hit melee, and it'll quickly jab the enemy and kill them fairly instantaneously. Whereas in Battlefield Bad Company 2, if you see an enemy and you go to knife them, it's more of a lunge movement, and that lunge has a slow animation time, so there is time for the enemy to move away and evade the knife. So it's really up to you what you prefer. Personally, I prefer having the really quick, fast pace. You see someone, you knife them, they're dead. But like I said, it's you're going to have to experience it for yourself to determine whether you like it. One thing I did like was the way how the classes are set up. You know, you've got the Special Ops, the Rifleman, and the Sniper class, but you have no perks, nothing to help you out whatsoever besides the attachments on your gun. You have the sight attachments, the barrel attachments, and the magazine attachments. You guys can do all the research to have a look at that. It's on the Medal of Honor site. But pretty much your gun skills, the way you can aim, the better you are at maneuvering yourself around the map, if you're good at that and you have the skill, you will be successful in Medal of Honor. There's nothing to really help you out. You're not going to be standing there shooting at someone and they're going to be having Marathon, Lightweight, and Commando and stab you from 20 minutes away. There's not going to be any of that. You're going to be able to hear people's footsteps running around if you have a good headset, so there's no one using perks like Ninja. Just things like that. It's more leaning towards the Battlefield Bad Company 2 side, where it's you and your weapon. I know Battlefield Bad Company 2 has things like lightweight and body armor. There's nothing like that in Medal of Honor. So that's what I like. Hopefully that kind of paints a picture for you guys. So the feel of the maps and the fast-paced action comes from Call of Duty, but the way you handle your weapon, the way your skill is emphasized with the way you handle your gun and the way you move around the map is Medal of Honor. Yeah, I hope that helps you out, and sorry I didn't talk too much about the gameplay. I've got my new laptop all set up now, so I'll be pumping out some more gameplay commentaries over the next week, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Catch you later.